What's up, you guys? And fourth federal level stimulus checks to everybody in the nation. State checks, city checks, county checks. There's a ton of stimulus checks, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. What's happening? This is your stimulus check update. Now, for those of you who follow me here on the channel, you know I cite all the sources. I put them on the screen. I read right from them, so you know it's the latest. And we've got some new updates on various checks. Now, also, there are so many checks. There's literally hundreds of checks going on across the nation. That is right. A lot of people think that there's only the federal level checks, the first, second, and third, and they're waiting for a fourth of $2,000. Well, you guys, that is by no means the case. There's actually literally billions of dollars on state levels, surpluses of hundreds of billions of dollars, where states are trying to figure out what to do with all this money. And in many cases, they're sending out stimulus checks, and they're sending it down to counties and cities. They're getting allocated funds, and they're sending out stimulus checks, in some cases, monthly reoccurring checks. And there's literally hundreds of these that people do not know about. And in these different local government agencies, they don't know who's supposed to get them either. So they require that you apply. And they're only available for a limited amount of time. And we're hearing that people are missing out on this all the time, missing the time frame windows. And then the money's going back to the federal government. And then they're reallocating it for who knows what. Now, you guys, that means people are missing out on money that they're supposed to get that's available to them right now. And it's a shame that this is not being advertised more widely so people can get any little bit of help that they can get right now, because there's so many people hurting. And I want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything that's available. So as you guys know, www.reliefroadmap.com, I'm assembling a comprehensive list of all the checks across the nation into one easy to access location. I've almost got this ready, and we have almost 9,000 people that have signed up for this. I'm going to be releasing this soon. Bear with me. It is a massive task. I have poured tons and tons of time over the past couple months into this. I have poured in tons of money. I have hired people, and we're putting together a website, and we're making this all in one easy to access place so that way people don't miss out. So if you have not already, put your email at www.reliefroadmap.com. Let your friends, let your family know. Do not miss out. And I'm going to be sharing with you some updates on new programs coming out. Some of these have not even been released yet. They're not in the news. I'm finding these in city town hall meeting notes of new programs that are on the way, so you don't miss out. I'm going to try to get you ahead of the curve so you know what's on the way. And you guys, on a federal level, we're hearing that stuff is coming back as well. I'll keep you up to date on everything. If you missed my last video, check it out. Bernie Sanders, Pramila Jayapal, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, they are all saying these provisions, they're coming back on a federal level for everybody on the nation, and they're going to be applying the pressure to President Joe Biden to do things through executive action, because they're saying legislation, it's not happening. Reconciliation, unless they can get Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema on for more stimulus, it's not happening. So executive actions has to be the way. And we're hearing, speaking of excess funds, $800 billion of leftover previous stimulus package money is still just sitting there untouched, unused. And we're waiting to see if the president is going to be tapping into that and sending out provisions to help out the American people. And historically, what we see is that happens right around midterm elections, right when there's a question of who's going to be in power. That's when those in power step up and start getting things done. And we're hearing the next 90 days before these elections, you can expect to see a lot unfold. And you guys, I will keep you up to date every step of the way on that. But let's go ahead and dive into these stimulus check updates, get you caught up on the latest. Now, if you appreciate the updates, I cite all my sources. They're linked in the description below. I read them from the screen. If you appreciate all of this, do me a quick favor, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. All you got to do is very quickly hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, make sure to spell it right, because I've got copycats, people trying to pose as me, trying to scam people out of money for Bitcoin or something like that. You guys, don't fall for that, okay? I don't have a WhatsApp. I've done videos on my other channel on it. Check out the video I did about the top 5 cryptos that I think are solid investments, how to do it on your own. You don't have to give your information, your bank account information to anybody. Please do not do that. Finance. If you're interested, stuff on there about crypto, real estate investing, how to work your way through this recession and inflation on that channel. I hope it's a blessing to you as well. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into these articles and get you caught up as to what's going on with stimulus checks. We're getting word of 3,000 checks, $3,000 checks, $325 checks. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So first up, you guys, take a look at this link in the description below. New York is going to be distributing bonuses to hands-on healthcare workers statewide. Here's who's going to be eligible for up to $3,000. Now, New York is taking healthcare workforce retention into its own hands with $3,000 payouts payouts to certain employees who stay at their posts for at least 6 months. Governor Kathy Hochul's office announced this week. So New York healthcare workers, listen up. Our bonus program is about more than just thanks. It's an investment in healthcare, and with it, we will retain, rebuild, and grow our healthcare workforces and ensure that we deliver the highest quality care for New Yorkers. Now, the newly launched healthcare and mental hygiene worker bonus program is backed by $1.3 billion from the state's fiscal year 2023. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of this because there are tons, billions of excess funds for states, and that's why we're seeing these checks rolling out. Now, the employees, they must be receiving an annualized base salary of $125,000 or less to be eligible. Although the payments cap at $3,000 per full-time employee, the state is also offering lower payouts to part-time workers commensurated with the numbers of hours worked per week. For instance, $500 to those working between 20 to 30 hours per week. Employers will be responsible for submitting eligible employees for the payments via an online portal. So be sure to let your employers know, hey, I'm supposed to get this money. The state's Medicaid program, so that it will be working with provided associations to make sure that all employers understand and are comfortable with the process. So this is going to be going on, you guys. It says New York healthcare leaders said in an announcement that the program is going to be intended to reward frontline healthcare workers while ensuring services can still be delivered to the state's residents. Hochul has previously discussed her team's goal to grow New York's healthcare workforce by 20% over the next 5 years. So they are paying attention to their healthcare workers in New York, sending out those bonuses. Let me know if you get one of them or if you're eligible. Next up, take a look at this, you guys. I mentioned this in my last video. Governor Kemp promises $350 cash payments to Georgians in a certain social benefit program. What to know? Here's how to be eligible. Governor Brian Kemp is providing more cash relief to vulnerable Georgians, his team announced on Monday of this week. So as I mentioned, you guys, these are still popping up all the time. Kemp said that he had dedicated more than $1 billion to the Department of Human Services to provide cash aid of up to $350 one-time payments for active enrollees in certain social benefit programs per his statement. Now, here's who's going to be eligible. If you are enrolled in Medicaid, SNAP, and or TANF government benefit programs by July 31st of 2022, you're going to be eligible. This includes anyone in the Active Enrollees Assistance Unit. Cash assistance will not be provided to those enrolled after the aforementioned cutoff date, so it has to be before July 31st. Georgians who are enrolled in more than one of the previous mentioned programs will receive one cash assistance payment. DHS will be communicating with the eligible Georgians through the Georgia Gateway portal. It appears you won't need to do anything on your end. The state will arrange the payments, and all eligible Georgians, they should log into their Georgia Gateway accounts to verify their personal information and contact preferences are up to date. Now, the pledge from Kemp comes less than a week after he had proposed $250 to $500 refund checks and $500 property tax breaks as well. Although the exact eligibility of this proposal is still undetermined, but what are we seeing? Right before elections, a lot of proposals, a lot of suggestions coming to the forefront. Funds for the Revenue Award are coming from the State Fiscal Recovery Fund, which was part of the American Rescue Plan Act his team announced. For more assistance, eligible Georgians should contact the DHS. So this just coming up this week, you guys. Now also, here's another one. This coming out August 15th, direct rebate checks worth $325 to be sent out to millions of Indiana taxpayers. They're set to receive up to $325 in tax rebates starting this week. Emily Boson, a spokesperson for Indiana State Auditor's Office, announced checks will start printing on Monday, meaning residents can expect their rebates as early as Thursday, which is today. The process has been delayed due to the paper shortage, meaning the original $125 checks can now be combined with the state's newest relief money, equating to $325. Married couples filing jointly can expect even more. Now, people will either receive $325 or $650 if they file jointly in a check. By only mailing one check, we are actually able to save over $1 million because of the fees to print, the postage, and the processing. So expect these checks to get even larger. They're sending additional money out in Indiana starting today. So let me know in the comments if you get these, you guys. Let me know. I want to make sure that people are receiving these benefits. And here's another one that just came out. Call center set up in Colorado for Tabor refund checks. 55% of the checks have been mailed out and have been cashed as of August 17th yesterday. So if you're in the state of Colorado and you're waiting for this one, I've been letting you know about this. This is the cashback rebate, I think it's called. Half of the people should have already gotten their checks. It says many Colorado taxpayers have already received the Tabor refund through what the state is officially calling the Colorado Cashback. Almost everyone who filed their state taxes in Colorado is expected to receive a $750 individual filer check or $1,500 for joint filers this summer. If you filed and you haven't received your refund and you're supposed to get the check, you're going to get it by September 30th, they're saying. Now, a call center has been set up with questions about the Tabor refund. The number is 303-951-4996. Your refund status will not be available on the Revenue Online portal. Click here, and as I mentioned, all of these are linked down below so you can access this exact article. Click on that hyperlink for a list of frequently asked questions tied to the Tabor refund. Now, as of August 17th, more than half of the $2.4 million checks have already been cashed. So you guys, that is taking place right now in Colorado. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff happening with state stimulus checks, city stimulus checks, county stimulus checks. They're happening all the time. And like I said, I've got a list of over 100 different ones for you guys. If you haven't added your email to the waitlist, please do so right after this video, www.reliefroadmap.com, and also up and coming programs that haven't even been announced yet. I'm having them on the list, and these are popping up all the time. So this is going to be a reoccurring updated list for you guys that I'm going to do every single month. So please let your friends and family know. We want to make sure that anybody who is eligible to receive assistance that needs it at this time can get access to it. So hope that's a blessing to you, www.reliefroadmap.com. But with that being said, you guys, that is the latest that we have on stimulus checks. As more comes out on any level, also on federal levels, I'll let you know here on the channel. And if you appreciate that, don't forget, take a quick moment to smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, totally free. All you got to do is very quickly hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, hop on to Instagram. Consider joining my second channel to learn about growing wealth, personal finance, real estate, stocks, cryptos, starting businesses, and also, as I mentioned, www.reliefroadmap.com to get access to every single stimulus check across the nation. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless.